Hey und willkommen zu einer weiteren Folge von Genshin Impact. Wir sind immer noch hier in dieser komischen Situation. Mit Albedo stimmt irgendetwas nicht. Das ist wahrscheinlich der Zwilling oder der Bruder oder was auch immer. Und wir reden mit allen. Sprich mit den Leuten. Bennett. Okay, so.
Drinking some water can help with the dizziness. Oh, and
Warum steht ihr
lying
da
flat
allein?
on your back helps too.
Thank you, Bennett. Seems like you really know your stuff.
Well, when life gives you lemons.
Bennett, weren't you feeling dizzy too? Stop pushing yourselves, both of you. Get some rest. We'll continue when you've gathered your energy.
Eula might come off as a little frosty, but she takes caring for her friends super seriously, more than anyone else I know. Every time I see that look on her face, I'm just like, ah, stop staring at me.
Okay, und soll ich jetzt mit... Nee, sprich mit Euler. Okay. Ja. Die ist es doch auch aufgefallen.
Traveler,
Was ist
I
dir
know what that
aufgefallen?
look means. What's on your mind?
Als würde etwas passieren. Ich habe ein ungutes
Maybe
Gefühl.
seasoned veterans have an instinct for it. I sense it too. Something seems to have changed, but I can't confirm for sure. It could be difficult to verify. It might be
Was könnte es sein?
imprudent to speculate out loud. But I believe you know what I am referring to.
Ja. Albedo.
Traveler, I think... you...
Vorsicht. Was ist gerade passiert? Er hat irgendwas gemalt. Oh mein Gott, was? Oh mein Gott. Ich bin gerade so froh, dass ich aufnehme. Oh mein Gott. Und das war nämlich gemeint. Der Spoiler, den ich hatte, war KRYO Albedo. War das jetzt Albedo Albedo? Oh mein Gott. Albedo hat Albedo getötet. Hä?
Albedo, what?
It's not over yet.
Okay, oh mein Gott, was ist...
This'll be a challenge.
Stay back! I'm going to cut this weed down to size!
Okay, vielleicht spawnt es wahrscheinlich. Ich kann jetzt noch eine Weile chillen. Ah, da ist es. Ah, aber das ist so eine Vanillo-Qua. Wie auch immer. Also ich soll die Dinger hier kaputt machen? Ah. Ich sollte vielleicht mal lesen, was da steht. Das Zaubertest der Blume, um zu verhindern, dass Schild regeneriert. Okay, einfach jetzt so schnell es geht. Bist du besiegt? Okay. Aber was waren das gerade für Sequenzen? Ich komme nicht auf mein Leben klar. Das sah so cool aus.
What's that thing? One moment it was human, the next it was a plant.
Is everyone all right?
We're fine, but can you please tell us what's going on? I don't understand.
I take it this monster is whom I had the pleasure of meeting last time.
Correct. As you might have guessed, this is a mutated whopper flower. An extremely rare kind.
Heftig.
Can whopper flowers turn into humans?
Vanillo Vanilluka.
Not
Keine Ahnung,
typically,
Vanilluqua.
but conditions on Dragonspine are far from typical. Perhaps the dragon's blood seeped into the land, then was passed to the monsters via the ley lines, accelerating their rate of mutation.
How could that happen?
This mountain is home to the remains of Durin, the venomous dragon. If there is anywhere in the world one might expect life to do unfathomable things, it would most likely be here. Durin was an artificially created life form. Its existence is nothing short of a miracle, and proof of countless possibilities. In other words, this mountain we stand on is a cradle of life's profoundest mysteries. A vast and terrifying hotbed of possibilities.
The avalanche. It must have been the work of this imposter.
Ja, das denke ich auch. Deswegen haben wir so komisch geguckt.
All the other troubles you faced on the way down could also have been its handiwork. My guess is that it was targeting everyone that I've had contact with.
Dann hat er auch wahrscheinlich die Notizen.
Right, I forgot all about that.
It's not inconceivable.
But what was its purpose? Was it just trying to get rid of us?
I have a preliminary hypothesis on this. Whopper flowers are masters of mimicry, and those we encounter in the wild often appear in the vicinity of the plants they impersonate. In other words, the whopper flower likely has an instinct to replicate and replace. As a plant, it will disguise itself as another plant and infiltrate the group, hiding among them for cover. The plant being imitated has no way to detect or fight back against this behavior. But when it disguises itself as a human...
It wanted to replace you and infiltrate our group?
Ach du Heilige.
Yes. Maybe it created the avalanche to get rid of us. I predicted this eventuality, so I availed myself of the avalanche to hide and lure it out. It was watching us the whole time, and when it saw that I had disappeared, its instinct was to take my place. At that point, its disguise was complete, and its next move was to hunt its prey.
Yes, that's exactly how whopper flowers operate.
So when it approached and attacked Joel, what was that? A trial run?
Perhaps. Or maybe it enjoyed posing as a human, and wanted to experience what it felt like to be human.
We're fortunate to have discovered it in time. I think the Traveler was the first person other than Albedo to notice something was wrong.
Ja, aber du warst auch scharfsinnig.
Traveler, how could you tell the real me and my imposter apart?
I want to know too. I had no idea the other guy was an imposter. They looked exactly the same to me.
Oh mein Gott, mir ist das nicht aufgefallen.
I see. It goes to show how difficult it is to impersonate a human. This mutant whopper flower tried its best to replicate the original exactly, but still managed to miss some details.
Unbelievable. To think that Dragonspine creates such terrifying possibilities.
Das Dasein eines Vanille-Dingsbums da, einer Vanille, scheint Sinn zu haben, aber irgendwas ist auch komisch. Könnte es sein, dass der Doppelgänger, den ich an jedem Tag traf, nach dem Dieb getroffen habe, auch dieser war? Er scheint mir nicht genau das gleiche Gefühl zu haben. Veränderungen sind ja unbeständig. Ich kann mir auch vorstellen, dass es vielleicht ein anderer war. Also
Anyway,
vielleicht
at least we
mehr.
won in the end. It looks like my method did work after all. I used up all the bad luck, and the good luck finally came through.
About that. If you're referring to having fallen down the mountain and avoided injury, well, that's because I was secretly protecting you.
Huh? Well, that still counts as good luck to me.
Yes, that's not an unreasonable way of looking at it. Okay. We've been delayed long enough. Time to move on.
Yeah, let's go!
Okay, aber das waren halt erst 10 Minuten. Aber oh mein Gott, das waren halt so heftige 10 Minuten. Es endet immer noch nicht. Nee, es geht noch weiter. Das wäre jetzt viel zu kurz, die Folge. Gut, dann wollen wir doch mal erzählen, was für alles passiert ist.
Woohoo! I'm back!
Also ich höre Bennett. Ah, jetzt sehe ich ihn auch.
Cyrus doesn't seem to be here. He must have headed up the mountain. Let's wait for him here.
Amber, are you feeling better?
Yep, all good now. Nothing to worry about.
I don't know what I'd do without you guys. If not for you, I'd probably still be locked up in that cage. I really want to thank you all properly, but I can't think how at the moment.
Huh? You must be pretty used to being on the receiving end of people's kindness by now, though, surely. You probably need it often enough, given your situation.
Come on, don't put it like that. Sure, plenty of people have shown me kindness before, but that doesn't mean I will ever take it for granted. No matter how many times people help me out in life, I will never forget any of them.
Oh.
Well, instead of repaying those who helped you, perhaps you could help others yourself. Everyone meets others in need from time to time. By choosing to be there for them, you're passing the kindness you received on to others.
Yep, you're right. That's what I've always tried to do, and will always continue to do. Right. And when Cyrus gets back, I'll find some way to help him out too.
This has been quite an eventful day.
Yeah, it has. It's really hit me how tired I am now that I've started to relax.
I need to rest. Everyone, please excuse me for a while.
Yeah, I need to get some water and maybe a piece of fruit. Once I'm rested up, I need to get back to being an instructor again.
Well, it looks like the curse of the mountaineers who couldn't get off the mountain is finally broken. Feels like an action-packed chapter has come to a close. Shall we find somewhere to rest and chat too?
Why not? Then please, come with me.
Tatsächlich gibt es etwas zu sagen? Okay,
You
was
said
denn?
something too, didn't you? Then let's go.
Huh? Are you going back to your camp again? Paimon thought maybe we could talk here.
Paimon los.
Okay. Might as well come with you.
Good. Shall we set off right away?
Das heißt, wir gehen wieder da hoch? Klar. Natürlich gehen wir wieder da hoch. Okay, gut. Da muss ich wenigstens nicht hin teleportieren und hinlaufen. Du folgst Albedo zu einem Lagerplatz in den Bergen.
Sorry for bringing you back here once again. Some topics are best discussed in private.
Is this about the imposter?
That's right. I have to say, Traveler, I'm very surprised you noticed the difference between me and the imposter.
Meinst du das am Hals?
Yes. This mark. Perhaps it's where it all began.
Ooh, sounds like the beginning of a big story. Keep going.
Well, I can't deny that what I'm about to say does sound like something from a children's storybook. So, what do you think this diamond-shaped mark means?
Ich
A
weiß es nicht.
tattoo? A crest?
Ich dachte auch an Narbe.
Something else?
Eine Narbe?
No. Consider it a birthmark. Have you ever seen an intricate glass ornament and wondered how it was made? Well, one method for crafting with glass is a technique known as glass blowing. Glass blowing is not a widely known art in Teyvat. For this reason, glassware made in this way is usually very expensive. As the name implies, glass blowing involves blowing air into a hole, much like blowing up a balloon. This type of glassware is known for having a pontal mark at the point where the blowpipe was inserted, where the hole was sealed at the very end. This mark is a sign that the item was crafted by a human hand.
Sounds kind of amazing.
It is a wondrous and beautiful art form. Alice says that these marks are seen as proof of the maker's fine handiwork, the only flaw in an otherwise perfect work of art. My mark is something similar to this. The difference between synthetic and natural life lies in the directional flow of the life force. The energy of a natural life form flows out from within. That's why flower buds bloom and curled leaves unfold. and is the very reason we watch and wonder at blossoming flowers. Creating life artificially, on the other hand, involves, to a certain extent, the introduction of an external source of energy into the embryonic life form. When the hole where the life force was infused is sealed at the end, it leaves a mark not dissimilar to the pontal mark in blown glasswares. The alchemical substance drips and spreads out in all directions, resulting in this rather ingenious diamond shape.
Wow! So that's where it came from.
Wow.
This mark is a sign of my artificial origins, and proof of my imperfection as a human. I presume that the imposter intentionally avoided replicating this mark, so as not to become less than perfect himself.
Nee, ich denke einfach, dass sie zu blöd war, um genau hinzugucken. Ist das kein Problem, mir all das zu erzählen?
You are fundamentally different from other people. I have few qualms about sharing my secrets with you. Just as Paimon said, it all sounds like a story. Even if you were to tell anyone else, they would regard it as nothing more than a tall tale. The transcendent and miraculous are not the only things to which human beings aspire. They pursue the everyday, the ordinary, to a far greater extent than I would have ever imagined.
Deshalb gibt es auch das Anderssein.
People like to believe
Ist
that
besser als
those who are
normal.
thoroughly different from themselves could only ever exist in stories. It makes things much easier. Or, in other words, all the unfathomable things we've seen recently would make good material for a novel.
Ja.
I have friends who write novels. If they wrote this story, it'd probably be even more complex.
Making up stories is easy. Even Paimon can do that.
Oh. I didn't know you had that kind of talent.
Paimon's the best guide in Tibet. Making up stories is a piece of cake.
In that case, how about we have a storytelling contest?
Oh Gott.
We can base our stories on the events of the last few days.
Sounds great. But we still have to help out the Adventurers Guild.
I understand. Creativity is something that cannot be rushed. Take your time, and come back when you have found some inspiration. We'll see whose story is more compelling.
Deal! Okay, we'll regroup with the Adventurers Guild for now.
Sure. My story. Yes, I should have known. Master's failed specimen in the dragon's belly. This is where the story truly begins. If we switched places, if you were the survivor, then as the abandoned experiment, the failure of the primordial human project, I'd want to replace you too. I would replicate your appearance, study your alchemy, and create miraculous life forms to divert your attention. I would wait for the right moment, then dispose of you and the Traveler, the sole person to have known your secret. And then, I could finally experience the joy of being brought into the world.
Also hat er doch noch etwas geheim gehalten. Ah, das war der zweite Akt. Okay. Was geht jetzt ab? Aufstieg der 8 Uhr Heilige. Okay.
Guess what? Paimon's story is finished. Let's go see Albedo again.
Oh, wir haben das Porträt. Egal. Das war's aber erstmal für diese Folge. Ich hoffe, ihr hattet viel Spaß beim Zusehen. Beim nächsten Mal geht's weiter. Und tschüss.